Hi guys, Robbie46 here, and welcome yourselves to the race results and analysis from yesterday's MotoGP race at Indianapolis. MotoGP is finally back after a 3-week summer break, and the riders were raring to go. It was Marquez who was on pole. He seems to like America, but off the line it was actually Jorge Lorenzo who managed to get the whole shot, closely followed by Marc Marquez. Dani Pedrosa got into third, Pol Espargaro got up to fourth, and Valentino Rossi got up to fifth. You had Andrea Iannone get past Rossi, and then he was in fifth. And at the front, Lorenzo was trying to do what he usually does and pull away from the field straight away, but it was Marquez and Pedrosa who were both going with him to begin with, and Rossi eventually getting the better of Andrea Iannone on the first lap, and then got stuck behind Pole for a little bit, managed to get past Pole on the second lap, I think. Crutchlow went a bit wide at the second corner on the first lap, and loads of people came through, so he lost quite a few positions. And Dovizioso went wide, he went off track on the first lap, so he got relegated down to last place and had to fight his way back through the field. And you had the Battle of the Brits. You had Bradley Smith and Cal Crutchlow battling for a little bit. And back at the front, Lorenzo and Marquez were slowly pulling away from Pedrosa, and Rossi was just starting to pull in Pedrosa, putting in lap time that was 3/10 quicker than Pedrosa over the course of the next few laps, and slowly started reeling him in. There were a few spots of rain throughout the race, but nothing that meant that the guys had to change bikes, so they all stayed on the dry bikes, dry tyres. 7 laps in, we lost the only non-finisher, and that was Jack Miller, who had a crash. And Stefan Bradl was having a pretty good fight with his teammate and Eugene Laverty. But back at the front, Lorenzo and Marquez had quite a decent gap over Pedrosa now, and Rossi had caught Pedrosa and then went for an overtake and got in front of Pedrosa. At that time, Rossi was actually going quicker than both Lorenzo and Marquez, so people were thinking, maybe he's going to try and do what he does best and reel him in, but unfortunately his lap times did start dropping off, whereas Marquez and Lorenzo managed to keep up the pace. And Rossi didn't drop Pedrosa, and he basically had the rest of the race trying to defend third place, although Pedrosa did retake that third place, and Rossi repaid the favour on the last lap, so he managed to get back into third, sorry. 4 laps from the end, Lorenzo put in the quickest time of the race, and then it was immediately beat by Marquez, who broke the lap record by going slightly quicker than Lorenzo. And then it was the last lap, Marquez decided, well, it's time to go, so he got past Lorenzo and then started to... Lorenzo managed to stay with him for a little bit, and then Marquez just managed to eke out that gap. I think it was 2 laps from the end, sorry, that Marquez made his pass. Lorenzo kept him honest for a lap, and then on the final lap, Marquez managed to pull about a 0.6 second of a lead over Lorenzo by the end of the lap. And the last lap, as I said, Rossi made his re-overtake on Dani Pedrosa to take third and managed to defend that. So it was Marquez who won from Jorge Lorenzo, and Rossi finishing off the podium. Dani Pedrosa was 4th. Andrea Iannone, a pretty lonely race for him after the first few laps, came home in 5th. Although he was getting hunted down by Bradley Smith in 6th. Another lap and I think Bradley would have had him, but Andrea just managed to hold off Bradley. So Bradley came home in 6th. His teammate Paul Espargaro was 7th. Crutchlow came home in 8th after running wide on the first lap. Andrea Dovizioso, really good comeback for him after going right to the back and being dead last by the halfway point of the first lap. So 9th place is not bad. Danilo Petrucci had a really good qualifying result after following someone around the track. He ended up down in 10th. Maverick Vinales was 11th, so first of the Suzukis. Yoni Hernandez came home in 12th. Scott Reddin 13th. Alicia Spargaro 14th. Hector Barbara, the top open class bike, was 15th, followed by Nicky Hayden in 16th. Mike DeMaglio 17th. Alvaro Bautista in 18th. Eugene Lavity 19th. Stefan Bradl, his first race on the Aprilia, after out-qualifying his teammate, or his new teammate, Alvaro Bautista, came home in 20th. Alex DeAngelis was 21st, and Tony Elias, who is replacing Carol Abraham at the moment, came home in 22nd. So that's it. That's the results of the race. It was a bit of an interesting race. You had both factory Yamahas fighting with both factory Hondas. So the next race is next week, well, this Sunday at Brno, and I think we're going to have some more good racing. Lorenzo did trim Rossi's point score by 4 points from 13 down to 9. So let's see what happens in the next race. I think the championship's going to go down to the wire, and that's a good thing because obviously all the top riders are going to be on top form for the rest of the season. So anyway guys, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like, subscribe to my channel for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you.